Happy St. Patrick's Day. Welcome to the Lion's Den. My name is Robert Love. I'm a neuroscientist. I specialize in helping people prevent Alzheimer's disease with science. Today, we are talking about the impact of alcohol on the brain and on the body as well. I'm a neuroscientist. I'm not a medical doctor. Please consult your medical doctor before doing anything that affects your health. And I'm honored that you are here. I hope you had a good St. Patty's Day. And if it's still St. Patty's Day for you, I hope you are safe and enjoying yourself. If you're just arriving, please put your first name and where you are from in the chat. And please post a question if you like. This is going to be a rather short Lion's Den. This is the Lion's Den, by the way. This is where we come to learn about health, wellness, neuroscience, how to prevent Alzheimer's disease, and where we come to love and support each other. It's a little bit dark. My computer screen is like switched over to the red mode. And so I'm sorry, my face is, I look a little red. I apologize. Hey, Jennifer, thank you for all those four-leaf clovers. All those shamrocks are awesome. Melissa from Seville, Ohio. Hi, Melissa. I'm in Cincinnati right now. I take benzos at 47 for 10 years. New York cookies, that can have a negative impact on your sleep, as you know, and just life in general. John Edmonds, great to see you here. What are you drinking? By the way, feel free to get out your green drinks. I am drinking celery juice. This, I think, is the best green drink you can have, or something with spirulina. That'll make it green. I do not recommend green beer. I just posted several videos about alcohol. I think green beer is a really bad idea. Plus, it's not good beer. If you're going to drink beer on St. Patrick's Day, drink like a Guinness. Drink something really good. I know Guinness in the United States is not very good. If you're in Ireland, please drink Guinness. Or, what was it in Cork? Murphy's. Murphy's is so good. We got Jamie from Tulsa. We got Britt from Los Angeles. I pray Jesus lowers your cholesterol and restores your arteries. Well, thank you, Hannah. I think my cholesterol and arteries are pretty good, but thank you for the prayer. I don't know who that's for, but thank you. Catherine in Ohio, I thought you took the night off. I almost did. I've actually been working really hard tonight, but I wanted to come in and check in with you all. It's St. Patty's Day. I wanted to talk to you. Yes, John, I'm definitely getting started later for sure. We got Raymond from Los Angeles. Sneem, I would start with magnesium glycinate. It's just less expensive, and it's hard to go wrong with that. Magnesium threonate is actually a little bit hard to find, and it's rather expensive. I would save that money and use it for other things like lion's mane or curcumin or black seed oil or stem cells. Save your money and use it for something else on magnesium. Do I think alcohol somewhere down the line could bring on? Do you think alcohol? Annie, I need the rest of your question. Hi, Ortega. I missed the background art. Oh, yeah, I forgot to put up the art. Sorry about that. Hang on. Thank you. Sorry about that. Thank you, Green Blue Green. I will do my best to answer you on Instagram. Jamie Korean, what are your comments on hearing loss and Alzheimer's? Yeah, hearing loss is a huge risk for Alzheimer's disease, and it makes total sense. If you can't hear, it's difficult to engage in conversation. It's difficult. Your world gets smaller if you can't hear. You can't hear someone enter the room. It's hard to hear if you go out. It's hard to hear noise around you. If you're at dinner at a noisy restaurant, it's hard to hear what's going on. Loss of hearing, it shrinks your world, and a shrinking world greatly increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Depression increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease, in part because it's a shrinking world. What do depressed people do? Do they go out and see friends and exercise and go enjoy the sunshine, go for hikes in the woods? No, most of them stay at home and watch television. And so shrinking world. So you want to avoid that. So definitely protect your ears for sure. John, you said something about green beer. It just skipped. Don't I need blue blockers? I will in a little bit. Who is she? The painting behind me? That is Gaia. She does have beautiful green lips. We got Gail from San Jose. Yes, New York cookies. I would not recommend benzodiazepines with alcohol. A very bad idea. Thank you, Ortega. I'm glad to be here with y'all. John, I'm glad you avoided green beer. Not good stuff. Best way to reduce cellulite? That is outside my realm of expertise, but an interesting question. Momia, is there a difference between resveratrol and NMN? Yes, for sure. Those are two different supplements, kind of like curcumin and cinnamon. They are similar, but they are different. So resveratrol is from red wine, or that's where it's naturally found, and it's found in other things as well. Um, they both have anti-aging benefits. Resveratrol um, turns on a silent information regulator 1. NMN is a precursor to an energy source called NAD. NAD is used pretty much in every cell throughout the body. If you don't get NAD for 30 seconds, you basically die. And so NAD is an energy source used throughout the body, and it powers sirtuin 1, or silent information regulator 1. So they both help repair DNA. NMN also is also is a precursor to energy. So it's people feel it more. Pamela, so glad you popped up. Happy St. Patty's Day to you. Who's got your green drinks? So celery juice. Get your celery juice, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't drink green beer. Most beer that's made for green beer is low quality, so don't drink that. And beer's bad for you because of the gluten and the uric acid. If you're going to drink alcohol, red wine would be healthier, or a really good tequila with some lemons or limes, that would be healthier. The beer, and I love beer. I used to love beer. I don't anymore because I don't like the negative impact of alcohol. But it was really great when I did have it. And so I get it if you like beer. It's delicious. It feels good. It's fun, and it's not good for your brain. John Evans, is it better to drink a dozen beers over the course of the day or a couple hours? Definitely over the course of the day. And one way to reduce the negative impact on alcohol is to eat food before drinking. That helps. Also, you can take activated charcoal. That'll help absorb some of the alcohol. So if you're in college, we would, do kind of beer Olympics, or we'd compete with alcohol throughout the day. A way to do that more safely, it's a very dangerous idea to do, but a way to drink a lot of alcohol more safely, if you're going to do it, I don't recommend this, but if you're going to drink a lot of alcohol, is to take activated charcoal. That will absorb some of the alcohol in your stomach. So when I socialized with my family over Christmas, was this last year? It was 2 years ago. 2 Christmases ago, I wanted to drink wine with my family, and so I took activated charcoal before Christmas dinner, and so I had wine, and I did not get a hangover. That was cool. And then I watched It's a Wonderful Life with my sister. I watch that every year, and she finally watched it with me. At the end, she said, "Robert, why didn't you tell me this?" And we both laughed because I've been telling her about it for 15 years. Um, but activated charcoal's a way to drink and absorb a lot less alcohol. Kaylee Berry, is Lion's Mane good for morning or night? Both. I like to take it at night to improve sleep. I've struggled with sleep for years. I finally got my sleep pretty dialed in. I do have the rough night on occasion, and my sleep is really pretty good. And so I take things to optimize sleep. Also, sleep is when we make new memories. Sleep is when our brain kind of wires in the memories. It's important to pay attention during the day to get the information, and ideally to repeat it during the day to tell your brain this is important. Remember this. And sleep is when your brain consolidates the memories. And so Lion's Mane may help improving memories over the course of night. I don't know when the optimal time to take Lion's Mane is for memories. We haven't done that research. I haven't done that research. I haven't seen it. If you have, let me know. If it's whether to take Lion's Mane before learning, during learning, after learning, we don't know. We do know, and I want to thank Andrew Huberman for his great podcast on this. Spiking adrenaline after learning increases learning. So, for example, if you're going to go to a class, and let's say this class is really important, at the end of the class, you can drink a cup of coffee. That'll spike your adrenaline. That'll improve memory from the class. You can also stick your hand in a bucket of cold water. That'll spike your adrenaline. That'll improve memory. Or you can do 50 jumping jacks or run really fast. That can spike your adrenaline. So doing things that spike your adrenaline, increase energy after the learning. Now, when do you want to do this? When do you want to take Lion's Mane? I don't know. I would say any time around learning will likely help. Before, during, after. I don't know what's optimal. I don't know what the very best is. Hopefully someone does that research at some point. I'm sorry, I just missed. Hey, Kelly, you slept really well last night. Awesome. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. At some point, I'm going to ask for testimonials about the Lion's Mane so people can see that. Thank you I'm so glad. Congratulations. Valerie girl, I told my doctor I was taking lion's mane. He said, I don't want to hear that. Well, maybe you want to fire your doctor. I don't know if that's the right answer. The right answer would be, why are you taking lion's mane? And how's it going? Not, I don't want to hear that. That's strange. That's a strange response. Yes, Phoenix. I've only been here 5 minutes. I just got on. John Edmonds. Does activated charcoal help in drinking games? Yes, and I don't recommend drinking games. I think they're very dangerous. I really do. By the way, if you black out, that increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Those who black out 2 or 3 times a year have a significant increase in the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Let me look that up. I want to know the exact number, but I remember reading that. I wish I'd known that in college. I would have drank a lot less. Blacking out is when you basically lose chunks of the day. You don't remember what happened. New research finds that even moderate drinkers can double their risk of dementia if they black out even rarely. Experts say there are long term irreversible, I don't know about that, but irreversible effects of long term alcohol exposure. I don't know about irreversible. I'm skeptical of that because I was told in high school you can't grow new brain cells. Turns out that ain't true. You can. There's a great news article that says you can grow new brain cells into your 90s. Good news, it's even in the hippocampus, which is the memory center of your brain. I think that's where you want new brain cells, in the memory center. So I don't know if the damage is irreversible. I don't know that. It might be for now until science evolves. But and it's good to know that alcohol may cause damage, especially um, drinking a lot. Phoenix, I started 5 or 10 minutes ago. I was making videos about St. Patty's Day and drinking and how to not get a hangover and why not to drink green beer. And now it's late. And so I'm sorry it's taken me so long to come on. Yeah. Um, Callie Leaky Lee, you watch It's a Wonderful Life every year. Isn't it wonderful? It's so good. I wonder, I'd love to watch a movie with y'all. I don't know how to do that. So we'd all have to get the movie on, it has to be in the public domain or something, or everyone would need Disney Plus. We could watch it and then people could write comments. I'd love to read your comments while watching the movie. That would be super great. Like, I can't show the movie on TikTok. That'll get blocked. At least I think it will. But I'd be really interested in like watching a group movie and kind of like commenting and texting. Who's into that? So there are 115 of you on here. If like 20% of you are interested, so if 20 of you comment that that's a good idea, let me know and I'll totally arrange that. That'd be like a fun thing to do on some evening, is to like pick a movie, everyone sit in front of your computer or television. Okay, we're going to see if we can start it at the same time. And then we'll all have comments about it. And I guess I'll turn off my sound so that way the sound doesn't interfere, but we can all be texting each other. I think it'd be really fun. So what do you think? We got a roar from Lana. Yes, the M cell. I took my lion's mane right before I went on. This is a movie. It's like watching the Truman Show. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, John. Yeah, I wonder. When will you be live next? Thank you, S Heat. I will be live next on Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. My brother's coming in town with his fiance. It's the first time I'm going to meet his fiance. She's coming here tomorrow. So they're going to be here this weekend. So if they're around Monday night, which I think they are, I may not come on live, but I will post something Monday just to let you know. I might just come on and say, hey, I'm not going to be live and I love you. Okay, so the M South says it was super fun. Patricia say it would be super fun. Ortega says roar. And let me count the numbers here. If it's 20, that's like 10%. So Lana 1, Cat Clack 2, Not 3, Lisa 4, Some here 5, Anita 6, Ortega Life 7, Patricia 8, the M Cell 9. Anybody? Sweet Hummingbirds in. Anita, did you already say yes? Kyoko. I'm drinking celery juice. Very appropriate green for St. Patty's Day. Okay, so about 10% of you. So that seems worthwhile. So I'll have to do a movie night. So I'll post a video and say, hey, what movie should we watch? We can also do this with a documentary. I've tried to do documentaries with y'all, but no one's been watching them. So maybe we could do that. We could do a documentary night and a movie night. Maybe one, maybe do it every other week, and that would be fun. What brand of lion's mane do I recommend? Effortless. Welcome to the Lion's Den. I wonder if you are new. If you are, welcome. Great to have you. So I have a brand of lion's mane I really like, in part because I made it, or I sell it. It's called Roar Lion's Mane. I went to 33 different supplement companies. This is the best quality lion's mane I could find at the best price, and I'm making it available to you at the best price that I can. So some things to look for in any supplement, just so you know, it's not just my supplements, it's any supplement you get. You want it to be third party tested, which means an independent company has evaluated the supplement. So they'll take a capsule, lion's mane capsule, and then they'll break it apart and then they'll put it in their machines and see what the heck's in it to make sure it matches the label. So that's third party tested. Number two, you want to look for something called GMP certified. That stands for good manufacturing practices. That is a standard of quality in the industry. And number three, you want a money back guarantee. Mine has all three of those. It's got a 6-month money back guarantee. And you can get this at roarlionsmane.com. If you're taking Roar Lion's Mane, would you let Effortlessly Steph know what you think of it? And so this is the best quality lion's mane at the best price. Steph, if you find a better lion's mane at a better price, I will pay you $100. That's how certain I am this is good. If you're already taking a lion's mane, buy mine and see if mine's better. If it's not, I will refund your money. So I will put this up against any lion's mane on the market. Rosie, how do I know all these things? It's my job. Someone wrote he is highly educated, a bioscientist. Thank you, Tinkerbell. I don't know if I'm a bioscientist. I'm a neuroscientist. Biology is certainly involved. It's amazing. We didn't learn this when I was in college or even in grad school, how much the body is connected to the brain. They're kind of thought to be separate systems. One professor made it clear that our habits and the way we live our life affects our brain. But when I studied physiological psychology and the neurochemistry of the brain, it was really about the brain and neurochemicals, neurotransmitters. It was not about how sleep affects the brain, how exercise affects the brain. It's not how the food you eat affects the brain. It wasn't that. And it's very interesting how neuroscience and brain science has evolved to really look at the brain as incorporated with the body. And so now if you're really going to help people regarding brain health, it's really important to look at overall health. Dr. David Perlmutter, a neurologist, he really gets this. He does not look at the brain in its own little box. He really says, how does the brain fit in with the rest of the body? How's the health of the rest of the body? What are you eating? What's your exercise like? How are you sleeping? What supplements are you taking? How's your stress? And how is that affecting your whole brain? Dr. Dale Bredesen, a medical doctor and neurologist, he also has looked at the whole body, the impact of the body on the brain and the brain on the body. Really important. And Tony Robbins, I was just listening to him. He's brilliant. He was approached by Stanford University to do some research because people go to his events and are no longer depressed. Thank you, the MCell. Thank you for the glasses. So I think he's got his numbers don't make sense. They're so good. So out of 5,000 people, let's say 200 are depressed out of one of his events, and they'll follow up with these people. All 200 are not depressed 2 months after the event. That's insane. That's better than any other treatment. That's better than SSRIs. That's even better than psilocybin. There's research with Johns Hopkins and helping with depression with psilocybin. Tony Robbins seminars way better than all of them. So Stanford's like, hey, Tony, what are you doing? Can we study your seminars? Can we study your patients and so forth? He's absolutely brilliant. He talks about the brain body connection. I mean, just sitting here slumped posture like this, my brain feels different than sitting up here and being active. By the way, if you want to have better memories, if you want to remember this better, I recommend sitting up straight, sitting in a good posture, being in active posture rather than kind of like slumped or, just slumping forward like this. Don't mind the hairline, slumped like this. It doesn't feel good. And if you want to feel good, just move your shoulders back, sit up straight, breathe deeply. And he talks about how our physiology affects our brain chemistry. It's just fascinating. So that is now where we are in science, or that's where Some people are. We're looking at the brain and how it's incorporated with the rest of the body and physiology. How will we be able to do movie night? So I think I'm gonna have to like clap and say, okay, 3, 2, 1. I want you to hit play button now. And then everyone hits their play button. And so we're all kind of watching at the same time. And then you can comment while we're watching. And then I guess I'll have the cameras facing me. I don't know if I really want you watching me while watching the movie, but I guess that would be what the thing is. And then I'll look back every now and then and I'll probably be texting. I don't think I'll be speaking because I don't want to interrupt the movie, but I'll probably be texting on the phone. Maybe there's an easy way for me to do that. Is there an easy way for me to do that while I'm on the phone with you? I don't know. Oh, do you know what I'll do? I'll use my other phone and then I'll be logged in and then I'll be commenting as myself in another account on the phone. Counselor, great question. It's 3 of my favorite sleep supplements. I just did a video about this. I really like magnesium glycinate. Approximately 70% of Americans are deficient in magnesium. And so that's just a good supplement, generally speaking, for most humans, at least most Americans. Magnesium is involved in muscle relaxation, it's involved in energy, it's involved in the immune system, it's involved in brain health. Number 2, something I really like is lion's mane. Lion's mane is just terrific for the brain. It facilitates really great sleep. A lot of people, and then a blend of mushrooms is also really good. So I have a lion's mane supplement that's a blend of mushrooms that's really improved my sleep and a bunch of other people as well. So I really like lion's mane. And then what else? L-theanine can be good if you're having trouble falling asleep, but not if you have nightmares. Melatonin, I like thank you, the M-Cell, for the glasses. Melatonin is really good if you want to regulate your sleep. Don't give it to children and talk to your doctor. It is a hormone and it's not legal in every country. Some countries you need a prescription for it. Lion's mane is great. Thank you. Lots of super cool dreams. Thank you, One Soldier Mom. I tried to order Roar Lion's Mane. Do you deliver to Canada? Yes, we do. We do deliver to Canada. So try your order again. If you have trouble, shoot me a message on Instagram and I'll talk you through it. Tayirev XO. So smart. Am I so smart? Thank you. Do I have diabetes? I do not, but I do take, what is it? I take metformin for longevity purposes, but I do not have diabetes. Well, hello, TY brand or TYL brand. How about sugar cravings? So I just had this challenge like an hour ago. For some reason, I was just really hungry and my stomach was full, but I was still wanting food. The answer is to have something sweet that's also healthy and have that around the house. So I have dates around the house. Something else I like to do, I call this instant sanity. This works pretty good. You might need to give it a minute or two, but here's what I do. So I'll take a big scoop of coconut oil and then I'll add maple syrup on it and I'll slowly eat that. And so I'm giving my brain a bunch of calories, giving my body a bunch of calories. This is not a diet thing, but this is just if I'm just wanting to stuff my face. I had this experience like an hour ago and I was like, I can't eat now. It's midnight. This will screw up my sleep. And so coconut oil, that's fat, that's calories. And then maple syrup is that sweet taste, also calories. And if you slowly eat that, first of all, it tastes really good. And having that in your mouth, or at least when I do it, having that in my mouth, it really kind of calms me down because it really gives my body and brain sugar and fat. And that's kind of all it needed at that point. So that felt better. And I was able to stop kind of the cravings. I was like roaming around the kitchen. I'm like, what can I eat? Can I eat nuts? Can I eat these mushrooms? Can I eat a bunch of these dates? I just want to eat a ton of stuff. And simply by having that coconut oil and maple syrup, that really helped me. So that's something for sugar cravings. That does include sugar. I found another thing that's really good is Morning Man. They are a sponsor of the show, but don't do the, you need to get the decaf if you're going to do this at night. Morning Man is super sweet. And so Morning Man with a little MCT oil, it's a bunch of nutrients. It's like Athletic Greens. So Athletic Greens has 50 different superfoods in it, or 47. Morning Man has 47 different superfoods. It's super healthy for you. It's great for your brain. And it's satisfying. It's nice. And so that would have been something else that I could have done. I could have taken Morning Man with some MCT oil and some water, and that probably would have felt really nice as well. So those are great things for sugar cravings. This also works. Omyum also works great. This is another sponsor of the show. I have really great sponsors. I use their products. They're awesome. Who's got Omyum? Who likes this? This is a lion's mane coffee replacement. It tastes amazing. So this is another great option because it's sweet, it's chocolatey, it's rich in lion's mane. And so I'll take this with a little maple syrup and blend this with water and MCT oil. It's amazing. So those are some of my favorite things to do for sugar cravings. Also, where is it? Nature's Way or Nature's Answer, excuse me. Nature's Answer has great elderberry gummy. They are another sponsor of the show. I love traveling with them. One, because they taste great, and two, they're great for the immune system. And so it's like a little candy, but it's good for you. And so I really like those as well. So I know all my answers to sugar crave. Well, that's not true. 3 of my answers to sugar cravings are sponsors of the show, and I like them because they taste great and they're healthy. So the answer is find things, Sarah or Sarah SS 605. Find things that you like that are really healthy and that taste good, and then keep those around you. So my favorite is that coconut oil and maple syrup, but you can also do dates and nuts. That can help. And then I like these powdered drinks, the Omyum or the Morning Man or the gummies. Those are all great. Elderberry is on point. Yeah, totally. The M-Cell. Oh, I love Omyum so much. Thank you. How do I order it? Cat Clack, what would you like to order? Morning Man, Omyum, or Roar Lion's Mane? Growing date palms in my greenhouse. That's awesome. I'll invite you to eat here in 10 years. Thank you, John Edmonds. John, if I'm still doing this show, which I'd like to in 10 years, and you are still a regular contributor to the show, by the way, all of you who comment, I consider you contributors of the show. I sincerely do, because otherwise it's just me talking to 100, 200 people at a time. And though that might be interesting, having the comments really makes the difference. Tinkerbell, will I be able to host movie night on Instagram? Yes, I think so. We'll find a way to do it. Matthew, for tinnitus, I'd recommend Hydergine, Hydergine. Hydergine. Talk to your doctor about it. So John Edmonds, if you have dates in 10 years, I will totally come check them out if you are a regular contributor of the show then. Thank you for the rose. Our nut butter is good. Denise, great question. I like almond butter and walnut butter. If you can find organic, great. Those are really good. They do have more calories than the same amount of nuts because they're already pre-processed, and so your body absorbs a lot more calories from like a tablespoon of nut butter than a tablespoon of nuts. So just be aware of that. R. Gibson, great question. When you're taking all these supplements, is it best to take them all at the same time or spread them out? It depends on what you're taking. And so if you're taking a supplement like aniracetam that is meant to, improve memory, you want to take that at a certain time of day. If you're taking something like lion's mane for anxiety, which I do, I take lion's mane during the middle of the day to help reduce my daily anxiety. I'm taking that at a specific time. If I'm taking something like NMN, or let's say I'm taking not a multivitamin, let's say I'm taking magnesium, I actually want to take that on an empty stomach. As I'm talking, I feel like I'm confusing you because I'm already getting confused explaining all these things. So it depends upon what you're taking. The first thing to do is you want to take it in a way that works for you, ideally something that's convenient. So if you take 10 supplements and that's kind of hard for you to do, I would take them with your first meal of the day, generally speaking, unless they're best absorbed without food. If you are okay taking supplements multiple times a day, so I like how I do supplements. I take stuff when I first wake up, like zinc and magnesium. That's best absorbed on an empty stomach. And then I'll take most of my supplements with my first meal. And then I will take supplements before I go to bed. So I take them 3 times a day. And I have specific supplements at each of those times. What's most important is that you're taking them on a regular basis and you know what you're taking and you know why you are taking them. So that'll influence when you take them. Make sense? Oh, Momia, there is no code. It's buy one get three free. It's already marked down, so there is no code. I'm glad that's working. Cat Clack, how to buy Omium. So go to the link below my profile and then scroll down to supplements, products for optimal health, and then click Omium Lion's Mane coffee replacement. And then what you want to do is you want to subscribe. Even if you just want to try it out, you want to subscribe because that saves you some money. So the price goes from $50 a month to $40 a month. And then it'll automatically upload my coupon code, which is love15, and that'll knock the price down to 60 or to 33 or 34. So that's what you want to do. So make sure you subscribe. That saves you $10 at the beginning. And I think once you subscribe, you'll want it for the rest of your life because it's so darn good. So the M Cell says about Omium, it helps with energy, cravings, anxiety. I can't say enough good things about it. Awesome. I agree. All right. So Cat Clack, does that hopefully check back in a little bit? Let me know if it's working. My internet's freezing. No, I just had it upgraded. That's funny, John. CCSLTT. Great. I just bought your Lion's Mane. I'm hoping it's awesome. Thank you. Oh, for MS, contact Dr. Shannon. She's in my profile. You need to scroll through there. There should be something with Dr. SHANNYN. So CSCC. Let me look this up for you. So if you go to robertlove.net, these are where the free resources are, by the way. This is where you can buy my Lion's Mane or get some of the ebooks I've written. A bunch of free stuff here. Where is Dr. Shannon? You fix your hormones with Dr. Shannon free consult. It's under free resources. Go there and schedule something with Dr. Shannon. She helps people with MS. I don't specialize in MS. She does. I highly recommend her. She's great. Who remembers Dr. Shannon on the live? She's great. Oh no, Pamela, TikTok's lagging. That's no bueno. I just updated my software system yesterday at the Apple Store. Oh, I had this really interesting experience at the Apple Store. I don't know if I told you this. The person helping me with my phone was deaf. So the person at the Genius Bar was deaf, and he came up to me and he said hi, and then he typed on his iPad, and then I was typing back and forth with him on his iPad. He was awesome. He was so fun. And I know I watched him work with other people, like other people are laughing with him. He was so personable and nice. And it was really interesting trying to communicate with him on the iPad. I actually ended up hitting the text to type so I could speak because I wanted to say full sentences and I didn't want to type with one finger. And it was really fun. I really enjoyed speaking with him. Because I would ask him questions. What's it like being a deaf person in customer service? He said, my customer service is great. People, and then I said, I notice a lot of people. I said, I notice a lot of people are laughing with you, like that you're really funny. And he wrote, yes, everybody loves me, which was really funny. And of course, I started laughing a lot at that. So here's this deaf guy walking around helping people at customer service with an iPad, and half the people are laughing it up with him. It's amazing. Like he's cracking jokes on an iPad, just typing them. He was so great. I liked him a lot. So that was a really interesting experience. That was my first customer service experience with a customer service agent who was hearing impaired, and he was awesome. So that was super fun. That was really interesting. It expanded my idea of what I thought customer service would be. It's very interesting. Yes, Kelly, I'm not diabetic, but I take metformin. You need to get a prescription to take metformin. There's research to show that metformin promotes longevity. Yeah, black seed oil and magnesium are great for weight loss, R. Gibson. And magnesium is also great for the brain in general. Black seed oil isn't necessarily good for sleep, but it's great for weight loss. It's great for overall health. Effortlessly Steph, calming melts and sleep melts. What are you referring to? Are you referring to like food, like a cheese melt? Chaos, I wish you had a visual aid so we see spellings and times of day. Oh, for the supplements? Yeah, so basically, if it says take with food or if it's a fat soluble supplement or so fat soluble vitamins and herbs, so like cinnamon, curcumin, lion's mane, you can take those with food. Minerals you can take on an empty stomach or with food. So zinc, magnesium, selenium, you can take those on an empty stomach or with food. Some people get an upset stomach if you take it on an empty stomach. And then your stuff at night, take that at night. So at night, I take lion's mane and I'm taking this new supplement that I'm trying out that's a testosterone booster. I really like it. And then I take melatonin. By the way, do not put your pro tip. Do not put melatonin in one of these. I would say ever. Because if you accidentally take it, it kills your whole day. It's awful. I've done this before. Anyone else do this before? I've done this a couple times. One, I didn't know that I was taking it, and then I just felt really, really tired all day. If you want to have a terrible day, take melatonin like at noon, and your body thinks it's time for bed, but you can't go to sleep because it's noon, and you're tired, and you don't feel good. And I was grumpy. It was awful. And then I took a time release melatonin at night, but on a full stomach. So I didn't absorb it until, I don't know, 4 hours into sleep. And so it was still like in my system when I woke up and I was tired for another 4 hours. So melatonin is very serious. And so keep it in the container because it's so easy to confuse it with other things and then take it at the wrong time. And that just kills a day. I mean, it literally ruined a day. I don't remember that day except I was miserable and I was unhappy and I was just mad at everyone. Because I was mad at myself. People would be like, Robert, what's going on? I'd say, I'm really mad because I'm tired and it's my fault because I took melatonin. And that's all I could say to people. It was just not a good situation. So don't put melatonin in a container. Keep it very separate so you know exactly what it is. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about alcohol because today is St. Patrick's Day. I'm a quarter Irish. My dear grandmother, my mother's mother, was 100% Irish. And part of so St. Patty's Day is to celebrate St. Patrick, who I think drove the snakes out of Ireland. Let me see if that's true. I know the story of St. Valentine. St. Valentine married people in private when it was illegal to do so. What is the story of St. Patrick? Story of St. Nick. St. Patrick was born in Britain. At age 16, he was kidnapped by Irish raiders and carried into slavery in Ireland. This is interesting. After 6 years in servitude, he had a dream of his escape and fled his master. Surviving a harrowing journey back to Britain, he was eventually reunited with his family. Okay. Tell me, why do we celebrate him? Okay, so he was kidnapped at age 16. So to escape Ireland, he walked over 200 miles. He walked 200 miles. After escaping Britain, Patrick reported that he experienced a second revelation. He experienced an angel in a dream, tells him to return to Ireland as a missionary. Interesting. Okay, so he leaves Ireland where he was a slave. When was this? When was St. Patrick? 300, almost 400 AD. Let me see if Chat GPT will tell me the story of St. Patrick. This might be easier. Good work, John. Way to not take shots. Tell me the story. St. Patrick. Okay, I'm just going to read you the story from Chat GPT. We'll see how it goes. Oxyracetam is awesome, Gianna. If you can find it, I recommend it. I know, Karina. I know I'm late today. I totally hear you. All right. So St. Patrick was a Christian missionary and the patron saint of Ireland. Interesting. He was enslaved by Ireland or someone in Ireland. He is known for his efforts to spread Christianity throughout Ireland in the 5th century. While much of his life is shrouded in legend and folklore, there are some facts that are generally agreed upon. Patrick was born in Britain, but was kidnapped by Irish raiders at the age of 16 and taken to Ireland as a slave. He worked as a shepherd for several years, during which time he became deeply religious. Eventually, he escaped and returned to Britain, where he joined a monastery and studied to become a priest. Years later, Patrick had a vision in which he felt called to return to Ireland to spread the Christian faith. He traveled to Ireland and began preaching to the pagan Irish. So I think who were largely Druidic. So you know the Druids, I think they were kind of tree worshippers, but they were pagans, meaning multiple gods. And so he went to them. And according to legend, he used the shamrock, a 3-leafed clover, to explain the concept of the Holy Trinity. That's interesting. Yes, Karina, I'm a quarter Irish. Patrick is also said to have performed many miracles during this time in Ireland. He's said to have driven the snakes out of Ireland, although it's widely believed that there were never any snakes in Ireland to begin with. That's great. The story is thought to be a metaphor for driving out pagan beliefs and practices. Despite facing oppositions from pagan leaders and sometimes violent resistance, yeah, people tend to not like it when you kind of ask them to change religion. They kind of hold those beliefs rather close. Patrick continued his mission and is credited with converting many Irish to Christianity. He is said to have established many churches and monasteries. He died on March 17, which is now celebrated as St. Patrick's Day. So this is the day he died. Very interesting. So basically, he was kidnapped. He was a slave in Ireland. He escaped. And then he came back as a missionary and converted many people to Christianity. And I don't know if he drove out the snakes. Very interesting. So for some reason, a lot of people choose to drink a lot on St. Patrick's Day, I think because Ireland is associated with alcohol consumption. I would drink a lot on this day at school. I would even, when I was in college, I would, see if I could do a shot of Bailey's or, an Irish whiskey before class, which is, not a good idea if you want to learn. I don't recommend that for learning. Anyway, so how does alcohol affect the brain? So if you want the real in-depth story on this, Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist from Stanford, did a 2-hour podcast on the impact of alcohol on the brain and body. It is very, very well done. I recommend that. But I'll give you the short of it. So there's been stories, for the last 3 decades or so, there've been reports that consuming moderate amounts of alcohol is protective of your heart, reduces the risk of heart disease. That may be true. And there are many other negative impacts of alcohol that I want you to know about. First, alcohol impairs memory. It does this in part by reducing attention or reducing focus and concentration. Who notices that it's hard to concentrate when consuming alcohol? Yeah, it's a problem. So if you don't focus and concentrate, the information doesn't get in, so that impairs memory. Number 2, it impairs memory consolidation because it impairs sleep. So we'll get to that later on. Number 3, it turns off an area of the brain, the frontal cortex, which is involved in decision-making and kind of self-awareness. So who's noticed that alcohol loosens up the tongue? So 1 or 2 drinks and just a lot of self-censoring. Who gets me on this? Give me a roar. Give me a like if this makes sense. So this is because the alcohol literally turns off some of our self-monitoring. So we just say what's on our mind, right? This is what, when they talk about alcohol loosening up our tongue. And so this happens. This is basically turning off part of your brain. It's generally not a good idea to turn off part of our brain on a regular basis. That's generally not a good idea. And so if someone has just a drink every night, it's constantly it's engaging in the practice of turning off part of the brain. That's not a good idea. So it does that. And so it impairs decision making. Also, so perhaps one of the biggest impacts it has on overall health is on sleep. Sleep is one of the most important aspects of our health. If you mess with someone's sleep, you can really hurt their health. And improving your sleep can improve your health. Alcohol impairs sleep, so that's not good. It can help you fall asleep by making it easier to fall asleep, but then it's more likely to wake up. and it also reduces REM sleep. REM sleep is when we process the day. So the first part of your sleep cycle is mostly deep sleep. That's when our body physically repairs itself. Very important. Next, during the next couple 90-minute cycles, so sleep works in 90-minute cycles throughout the night. During the next 90-minute cycles, we have more REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. This is when we dream. And these dreams, the rapid eye movement, is a way of kind of processing the events of the day, processing emotions, and so forth. If you don't get enough REM sleep, we generally don't feel good. And so it's important to get healthy amounts of REM sleep for our overall health. And so alcohol diminishes REM sleep. So that's not good. And so that impairs many aspects of health. Next, alcohol impairs gut bacteria. Our healthy gut bacteria do not like alcohol. So that's not good. And what's good for your gut is good for your brain. And so if you hurt your healthy gut bacteria, that's not good for your brain. Make sense? Alcohol also hurts the gut brain connection. It impairs the gut brain connection. There's a connection, direct connection between your gut and your brain through the vagus nerve, and there are likely other connections as well that we may not be familiar with. I'm not familiar with them, but there are probably multiple ways by which the gut communicates to the brain and vice versa. And so if you impair communication between the gut and the brain, that's not a good thing. This might be why we stuff ourselves when we're drinking, because the brain and the gut aren't communicating very well with each other. And so if we're just and so I don't know if that's why or not, but I'm thinking if it impairs the gut brain connection, maybe that's why I just want to eat a lot when I get too drunk, because I just want to stuff my face because the gut brain connection isn't there. I don't know, but that's just a thought. So it impairs the gut brain connection. Next, as you know, it impairs the liver and often the kidneys. So in hurting the liver, that's not a good idea. Liver is very, very important for your health. And so having your liver constantly filter out toxins, alcohol is a toxin. If you don't filter it out, it's not good. Karina, you get it. Yeah, you snack when drinking. Yeah, there's something about it. So that's a problem as well. And then, yes, thank you, One Soldier Mom. Alcohol turns into sugar. So alcohol and sugar uh, have a similar impact in the body. So who remembers fatty liver disease? Right? Alcohol. Who got fatty liver disease? Alcoholics. Why? Because they drink a bunch of alcohol, and that became that alcohol eventually got stored as fat around the liver. Very, very dangerous. Now, since the 1980s, we now have a condition called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Who knows about NFALD, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease? Who gets this? Not people who drink alcohol, people who eat lots of sugar. We're now even seeing children, goodness gracious, we're seeing children getting non-alcoholic fatty liver disease from drinking mostly sodas, eating a lot of high sugar foods. Our body treats alcohol and sugar very, very similarly. They're very similar chemically. And so they both cause the storage of fat. And so just like eating a lot of sugar can create non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, drinking alcohol can create fatty liver disease by storing fat around the liver. This is very, very dangerous. So these are just some of the negative impacts of alcohol on your brain and your overall health. And also, I really wish I knew this when I was in college. I would have drank substantially less, or at least I think I would have. Blacking out, so losing chunks of the day, losing memories from alcohol, is very dangerous. That actually increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease. If someone had told me in college, Robert, drinking this amount of alcohol that you're going to drink tonight is going to increase your risk of Alzheimer's disease in the future, I wouldn't have done it. At least I think I wouldn't have done it. Maybe I would have, but I'd like to think I wouldn't have. And I wish more college students knew this. And I'm certainly responsible for this. I've not reached out to colleges or sororities or fraternities and said, look, I want you to know blacking out increases your risk of dementia. How many of you have a parent or grandparent with dementia? You know, most of them will have seen it and say, look, I don't think you want that. So it's not a good idea to black out. Not to mention it's very dangerous. I've hurt myself blacking out. It's like I fell and I cut myself here. I've had friends fall off roofs and die from drinking too much alcohol. Two of them actually, which is really sad. These were young kids when I was at Texas. These were undergrads, and goodness gracious. They were one of them was 20, one of them was 21. Alcohol is extremely dangerous, and I wish someone had told me in college, and I wish I'd listened to them. Right. Older adults would tell me, parents said alcohol is dangerous. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get drunk every weekend. No one gets hurt, but that's not true. A lot of people get hurt. And so I just want you to know this so that way you can communicate to other people in your life about some of the impacts of alcohol. And so that way you can make choices around alcohol that are right for you. I'm not telling you not to drink. I generally don't drink. I don't know when the last time I had a drink was. Um, but I just don't feel good. And now I'm to the point where I'm so sensitive to it that I'm more likely to wake up with a sore throat or some sort of ailment. Like if I have one or two drinks of alcohol the next day, I don't feel as good. And that's not worth it to me. There's very few things that are worth poor health the next day. I mean, I will go short on sleep at events like Burning Man, or other events, or if someone's in town and I can only stay up to see them one night, I'll probably do that. So I do try to live my life, and I do try to enjoy special things when they're around. And I will stay up. Clearly, I'll stay up. It's 2 a.m. But there's some things I won't do, and I won't eat a lot. I won't eat unhealthy food that makes me feel bad because that's not worth it to me. And I won't drink alcohol anymore because the impact the next day or the next day or two is just simply not worth it. And that's a choice I've come to over years. And I want you to make the choice that's right for you and right for your family. One soldier mom, you stopped drinking 10 years ago. That's awesome. Congratulations to you. Yeah, Judge Shush. Interesting about zeolite. A company just sent me some zeolite to test out. Um, and so I'm trying some out right now. I don't know what I think about it, but I'm trying some out. Yeah, heavy metals in the brain can definitely contribute to memory loss. Yeah, John, I may only live to be 120. Yeah, hopefully I didn't lose too much of my life, binge drinking in college. I wasn't too bad in grad school, but in college I was really bad. Certainly freshman and sophomore year, I was that was the worst. Really poor decisions. All right. So it is getting late. Any other questions before we go? So I just wanted to cover that. I wanted to arm you with that information. Pamela, Robert, I have vertigo right now, so I feel like I've been drinking too much without the alcohol. Oh my goodness. That doesn't sound very helpful. Awesome one, Soldier's Mom. You took your lines, man, and you're off to bed. That's fantastic. Have a wonderful night's sleep. Is there anything you can do to is there anything you can take to help stop drinking? Great question. I don't know why I just adjusted my posture. That's not going to help me speak. Okay. So if you want to stop drinking, first, what you want to do is you want to change your habits, right? You want to change how you spend your time and who you spend your time with, or to do proper grammar, with whom you spend your time. I don't know who talks like that, but that's evidently proper grammar. So, who you spend your time with. So, if you spend your time with people drinking alcohol, it's very difficult to stop. The easiest way to stop drinking alcohol is to put yourself in a situation where almost no one drinks alcohol. That's a lot easier. Then don't bring it with you in the house. That's the best thing to do. What else you want to do is you want to find a substitute. And so I have a great drink that I really like that I'll ask bartenders to make. So I went to watch the Texas Go Longhorns, Texas versus Colgate basketball game yesterday. I went to a bar and they had a bunch of green stuff on. They had St. Patty's Day there, and they had a bunch of really great craft beers. And I went to the bar and said, "Hey, I'd like you to squeeze a whole lemon into the bottom of this drink and then fill it with club soda." And then I had some vitamin C powder in my bag. I added that in there. And so I was sipping this club soda vitamin C lemon drink. It was delicious. It would have been better if I'd brought stevia. That would have been really, really good. It tastes like a delicious lemonade. It's so good. And so that's a drink that I can make in a pinch and still be at a bar and enjoying myself and drinking something, because it's nice to drink something when you're out at a bar with friends, because it's nice just to have something. And it's really difficult to just sit there and drink nothing, or even just sit there and drink water. At least you want like some ice and like a squeeze of lime in your water. So have a go-to drink you can have when you go out into a bar. I really like this drink. I call it a lemon zinger. It's juice of a lemon or lime, soda water, vitamin C, and then a little bit of stevia. Tastes great. So you got to bring the stevia with you If you have a bag, you can bring vitamin C as well, but really bringing the stevia is going to be the big difference. So have a drink that you can drink out, so you can still socialize and I guess feel normal. I don't want to say feel normal, but it'd be weird to be in a bar and be the only one without something in your hand. So you want something in your hand. So get something and get something non-alcoholic that you like, that ideally is good for your health, and then surround yourself with people who don't drink. Because if everyone in your house drinks alcohol and you don't, that's hard to give up, right? If you live at a fraternity on a college campus and everyone in your fraternity drinks, hard to give up alcohol that way. Um, if you spend if every night you go to happy hour with coworkers, hard to give up alcohol that way. So try to stay away from people who drink a lot or drink frequently and socialize with people who do not. That's the easiest way to do it. And then for drinks, I really like Omyum. This is a great hot chocolate drink that I'll make. It's so delicious. And so this scratches the itch of having something delightful to drink. And it also feels really good. It's got lion's mane in it, so it activates the brain. So I noticed like it's the opposite effect of alcohol. Alcohol numbs the brain and numbs the body. This like lights the brain up. This is great. And so I really like the way this feels. So I'll take that. John, if you're saturated in drunks, that sounds very hard. Sounds very hard to give up alcohol in that situation, if that's what you want to do. We use beer in our Fruit Loops in college. That sounds terrible. I mean, I was in a fraternity and drinking was, for some reason, drinking was cool. And so drinking in the morning was sometimes cool. But with Fruit Loops, that sounds like it would taste so bad. Why would you do that? Just eat your Fruit Loops and then drink your beer or beer with pancakes. Pamela, I married a Frenchman and I will guarantee you there will always be wine in our house. Okay, that's all right. Just drink a little bit. If your husband wants to have wine in the house, great. Just don't be the one who opens it. And if you're going to drink with your husband, just have a little bit, or just have it in your glass and don't really drink it. All right. I'm not going to go through the free resources, but I'm going to tell you where they are. I'm going to go through them. Well, I'm going to go through them super quickly. So if you'd like to get some free stuff, some free resources I put together for you, go to here or go to robertlove.net. 1, you can register to win free Lion's Mane. 2, you can buy some of my Lion's Mane. 3, I have 2 free weight loss resources for you. Yes, I am Shady. Shady Susan. Yes, I am. If you are in the neighborhood, send me a message on Instagram. I drink extremely rarely. I'd probably say no at this point. Fred or Liam, I don't really drink alcohol. I used to drink a lot. Not a good thing. Other free resources. There's the Brain Fitness email newsletter. I have a free report, the top 10 brain supplements. I have a free masterclass, how to prevent Alzheimer's disease. There's my Newsweek article. There's the masterclass on long haul virus. If you want to work with me privately, you can book a personal consultation or a free FDA certified memory test. If you want to get some of the really high quality products, there's my Lion's Mane, roarlionsmane.com. There's Omyum. This is the Lion's Mane coffee replacement. Let me just read to you what's in it. It's so gosh darn good. Organic cacao powder, organic Lion's Mane, organic reishi, organic chaga, organic cordyceps, L-theanine, organic ashwagandha, organic maca, organic Ceylon cinnamon, organic curcumin, pink Himalayan sea salt, stevia extract, black fruit pepper. This is amazing. If you don't want to drink alcohol, but you want to drink something delicious, this is it. Make sure you subscribe to save money and then click the link in my profile. You'll automatically get the coupon code to save 15%, and you get 15% off for life. I don't think I said that, Astro Boy. I think I said talk to your doctor before doing that. Next is a skin supplement that I like. You can click there to learn more. Next is Morning Man. This is a lifesaver if you got a sweet tooth. This tastes amazing and it's super healthy. Get the decaf so you can have this late at night. This is amazing. Yes, Omyum, I do not think ships to Canada. My Lion's Mane ships to Canada. Omyum does not. Yamas is 2 months sober. Let's give a big roar to Yamas. That is awesome. Next is the Harmony Pendant, which helps protect from EMFs. And then my favorite coffee's down there. And if you want to be a Patreon, if you want to be a patron of the show, you can do that for as low as $3 a month. There's a link at the very bottom of that. Fred or Liam, if you have essential tremors, there is a procedure that there are two procedures you can get. You can get focused ultrasound, or you can get deep brain stimulation. Both of those have shown to be helpful. Some of the drugs for essential tremors hurt memory, and so I don't recommend those. So see a neurologist or a specialist um, to see if you are a good candidate for focused ultrasound or for deep brain stimulation. Okay, that is all I got. All those free resources and then the great products are available to you at robertlove.net. And who's registered for the free Lion's Mane giveaway? So I'm giving away 12 bottles of my Lion's Mane and 12 bags of this and 2 bags of this. $1,400 worth of free stuff we are giving away. You can register for free. Go to robertlove.net and then click free Lion's Mane giveaway. United States only. Sorry. If you're outside the United States, click there, enter your name and email, and you can register to win free Lion's Mane. 12 bottles of this, 12 bags of this, 2 bags of Morning Man. Really awesome stuff. Click there, register for free. That's the last I got for you. Kelly's already registered. Awesome. Awesome, Rhonda. Good night. Yes. Awesome, John Edmonds. Catch you later, amigo. So my brother is going to be here with his fiance Saturday and Sunday and Monday. So I may not come on Monday. I don't know. I may just check in with you. Um, if I want some space because I love you and you're awesome. So have a wonderful weekend. If you are going to enjoy alcohol, please enjoy it and please drink slowly so you can actually enjoy it. Please be safe. And if you want to reduce the negative impact of alcohol, try taking some activated charcoal while drinking. That'll absorb some of the alcohol. I love you. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you on Monday. Pamela, yum is my choice. Fantastic. I love that. Have a great weekend. I'll see y'all later. Good night, YouTube. Many blessings to you.